In this video, we'll be taking a look at the picturesque scenery of a hilltop city located in the Umbria region of Italy, its interesting charm, and a bit of the history that lies beneath. So prepare yourself, because this is going to be somewhat of a, well, unusual adventure.
Alright, so it's a cold and foggy start to the day, and I'm exploring the Italian town of Orvieto. Let's see how this goes.
Well, I can already tell you how this is going to go. It's foggy, and I don't mean just a little bit either. It's like something you only see in a movie. This stuff is thick. You know, like the old sayings about being able to cut through it with a knife? Yeah, it's that kind of thick. Like peanut butter or pea soup. That's the consistency we're talking about here. But soup, it's normally served warm, and it's cold out here on this December morning. Despite all that, we're going to see what we can do with this situation, because I've heard this is a pretty amazing place.
What I'm really in need of is a coffee shop.
Yeah, a nice warm coffee would be pretty good right about now, but take a look at the strange collection of displays down this street. Seems like everything is represented here from music to wine. I'm guessing that this is somewhat of an art district that we have wandered into. Talk about enchanting. And you know what? All that fog, it makes it even more mysterious.
This is not going to be one of my normal videos because I can't see anything, and I'm sure you probably can't either. I'm just going to walk around and explore this place and see if I can find anything interesting.
Yeah, well, I've got a feeling you should have kept on exploring further up that passageway, but I know how important that search for coffee is right now, so let's keep moving. It looks as if they're in the process of setting up a Christmas market in this town square, known as the Piazza della Repubblica. It seems we're a bit early for that, but take a look at the surrounding area. Here next to the town hall, you can almost see the Church of Sant'Andrea, with its distinctive bell tower. There's actually quite a bit to see around here, like this world-famous theater, and many other historic churches too, including a massive 13th century cathedral that is proving to be a little bit difficult to find at the moment. But luckily, I know of another place we can go to avoid all this fog. This is St. Patrick's Well, which was inspired by the legends of St. Patrick's Purgatory. It was commissioned by Pope Clement VII in the 16th century to serve as a secure water source for Orvieto. This thing goes down over 170 feet deep and down 248 steps along a double helix staircase, which helps to create an easy flow of foot traffic. So interestingly enough, after you go down, you won't be coming back up the same path. Now, don't think that this is the only subterranean attraction in town. There are countless caves and man-made tunnels beneath the surface too, creating an entire complex of labyrinths. Tours of those can be booked for certain times at the office of Orvieto Underground, located in Piazza del Duomo. Now that we have made our ascent from the depths of St. Patrick's Well, let's take a walk on over here and check out this nice cliffside view. Well, that thing's not going to be of much use. But you know what? Even through the fog, I think I can almost see the outline of a fort over there. So let's take a walk back up the hill and go check that out. Now before we go in the fort, let's take a look at this war memorial that's located just outside. Okay, now that we've seen that, it's time to finally go in that fort. And here it is. This is the Albornoz Fortress, which was built in the mid-1300s, then destroyed and rebuilt again in the following century. The area inside these walls is home to public gardens, while a stroll across the ramparts normally treats you to a scenic view of the valley below, that you're totally not going to see in this video.
Just check out the view from up here. Isn't this amazing? Look at that. Well, there it is. There's Orvieto. A little foggy, but seems pretty cool. And And yeah, I'm gonna have to go thaw out my sinuses now because it is very, very cold up here.
Alright, while Siege thaws out those sinuses, I'll take this opportunity to tell you a bit about the earlier history of this place. The entire Old Town area of Orvieto is situated atop a massive volcanic cliff. Settlement here actually dates back to the early days of the Etruscans, and if it wasn't for this ridiculous fog all around, we could go seek out some of those nearby ruins. Anyway, those early days of the Etruscans, that was around the 9th century BC. Yeah, like almost 3,000 years ago. But this place was eventually taken by the Romans in the 3rd century BC. Believe it or not, those Romans actually had a difficult time conquering this place. Not only does the environment serve as a great natural fortification, but remember those tunnels I mentioned earlier? Yep, the Etruscans, they built those. And that actually helped to even better secure their foothold here. Now, despite all of that, the Romans did eventually take this place, but it took them about 2 years to do so. As for those ancient Etruscan sites, they were destroyed, and the evidence of their time here was hidden away as the new inhabitants would build their own structures on top of much of the original settlement. It was during the Middle Ages that Orvieto became a papal stronghold, with a population of around 30,000 people. I mentioned Pope Clement earlier, right? He actually took refuge here during the sack of Rome in 1527, and that was when he had that well built. As it turns out, this place has been a pretty important location from both a historic and cultural perspective, and there really is a lot more to see here that I'm able to show you in this video. Yeah, spoiler alert right here. I have a feeling I may be doing a follow-up to this one day, in better weather of course. So if you're interested in that, hit that subscribe button for me while you're here.
So I try to take you all over the world and show you awesome things, but sometimes the weather just does not cooperate. And this is one of those times. But I hope you enjoy it. It's a pretty cool place. And I'll see you soon from somewhere hopefully a little warmer.
So did I get to show you everything I wanted in this video? Nope, nowhere close. I didn't even get to see it myself. But here's what I'm going to do. One day, we're going to return here and do it justice. Because one thing is for certain, Orvieto is a town that definitely seems to deserve a closer look.